Well, we're seeing the highest beef prices in almost 3 decades, and wouldn't you know it, just in time for our grilling season.
Isn't that about right? Well, it's not only causing sticker shock for us, restaurants too. And the thing is, it doesn't look like the prices are going to drop anytime soon. Sizzling on the grill at this steakhouse, a hot commodity.
This is the 14-ounce bone-in filet.
The price of a good juicy steak is rising.
So when the price goes from just under $20 a pound to us wholesale to almost $25 a pound, that's almost a $5 increase in this steak to me. I had to pass some of that along to the customers.
The cost of beef has risen so dramatically that some steakhouses have raised menu prices about 20% in the last year and a half.
Here's the problem. From the time that a bull meets a cow in the pasture until I get a T-bone out of the deal is 2 full years. And the market is still reeling from the 2009 and 2011 drought.
During the depths of the drought, ranchers dumped their cattle into slaughterhouses. So today, there are fewer cows having fewer calves. And now, that's driving up what we pay at the cash register. To give you some idea how quickly prices of beef are rising, in just 1 month across the United States, the average price rose about 25 cents a pound. At last count, on average, beef prices in the U.S. were at $5.28 a pound. These are the highest beef prices in America since 1987. A good steak hasn't cost this much since Reagan was president.
Go to these grocery stores and they're just outrageously priced.
It's enough to force beef eaters to change their diets.
Yeah, it'll really make you change your decision versus going with beef or chicken. You might decide to go with fish that day.
And experts say the sizzling price of beef may not cool off for another couple of years, and there are actually additional reasons behind the increase, including bad weather and animal diseases.
So if you're a beef lover, what do you do to avoid breaking your budget? Well, you have to know what you're doing when shopping for your cuts of beef.
Yeah, and here to help us is Jeff Haas from the Haas Family Butcher Shop. Week. Thank you so much for coming in, Jeff. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
You have brought us a spread here. This is awesome. So tell me what we're looking at. What's this? What's the New York strip here?
New York strip is basically a boneless T-bone.
Okay.
And that's a good cut of meat, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And then when we're buying a New York strip, what do we want to look for?
The marbling and the fat cover of it, and the thickness.
The thickness, okay. And a color, particular color? You just want it pink?
A bright red color.
Bright red. Okay. So when I think of New York strip, I think of, pricey.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have to be.
Right. You could,
how can we avoid that?
Come ask the butcher, say, hey, can I get it cut thinner?
It's that easy.
Right. That's that easy. Just ask.
Oh my
Who would have
goodness.
thought? All right. Tell me about the cube steak.
Cube steak right there.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Often called the poor man's meat.
That's right.
So
Cook a little slower, longer.
And is that how you get a tender taste?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. So tell us about it. What are we looking for? You want it to be lean?
You want it to be lean, no gristle, and no fat.
No fat.
Good color there. All right. One of my favorites is ground beef.
Ground beef.
What should I be looking for? What should I be avoiding?
A light pale color. It's going to have more fat content.
Oh,
You want a
okay.
nice bright red color
Right.
of hamburger.
But if it's like a more pale, that means it's got more fat in it?
More fat content, yes.
Okay.
But isn't that more flavor?
Yeah, but it's more grease too.
More,
okay.
you got to weigh out. You got to balance it all out a
The
little
doctor
bit.
visit might not like it.
The doctor will love you. Okay, what are beef cubes?
And that's what we have over here, right?
Yeah.
It's for stew. It's another alternative for basically the cube steak.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
you cook it slow, make a stew out of it.
So it's less expensive than the cube steak?
Yes.
Oh, okay. And we look for the same thing, the lean chunks and
No gristle.
no gristle,
No gristle.
and the red collar.
That's a big
All
one,
right, now
isn't it?
this looks like something that my mom would cook up on a Sunday afternoon.
That's a nice chuck roast.
It is. That's beautiful. So what do we look for in a chuck roast?
You want a little bit of marbling, just like a steak,
Right.
and some fat. Not a lot of fat, but you want some fat for flavoring.
Now, does it have a bone?
What's that?
Does it have a bone?
That one does not, no.
You can get it either
You
way?
can get it with a bone, and it'll be a little bit cheaper than boneless.
So if you go with the bone in, you'll save money.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Well, there you
And
go.
then, of course, we have the ground beef, which is always a cheaper option, right?
It is. And you can also buy it in a patty form, be more convenient. And also, if you bought it at a local butcher shop, being frozen, it'd be fresher and it would still taste fresh. You know, if
Okay.
you would buy it from a local person,
Right.
Yeah, the
So
fresher the
fairly
better.
to a store bought in a box.
They may have come across the country or something.
Yeah, you could buy it a little bit fresher. You know where it's coming from.
Jeff, I have come to find out that I did not know nearly as much as I thought I did or need to do. This is some pretty incredible information that you've got right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some other things you can do to save on beef, according to the Beef, It's What's for Dinner website. You need to take into consideration price per serving ratio. As of right now, about a pound of beef is averaging $4.56. Now, second, they suggest looking for family and bundle packs where you may get a variety of meat at a lower price, and then you can freeze what you don't need.
Third, go small. If you don't need a pound of beef for a recipe, don't buy it. A fourth option, buy in bulk and cut your own based on what you need for dinner that night.
Number 5, hunt for bargains. Number 6, talk with your local butcher like Jeff Haas and tell him what your needs are so that he can help you get the most for your money.
And the savings don't stop there. We know how to save on food. Now let's tackle your auto insurance. Some people are choosing to have their driving habits monitored in exchange for a policy discount. Find out how it works and what happens to your rates if your habits show you have a bit of a lead foot.
And yeah, I guess you could probably say we're all about beef today. See this guy? Meet Mr. Beefy.
Aww.
A little bit later on, we're going to share Mr. Beefy's incredible story of survival and find out how he overcame obstacles to help change lives. But first, we just took care of the meat. Now we're going to turn to the veggies. Here's Rachel Ray with a handy how-to tip.
Here's a great, colorful, nutritious tip if you love veggies. Take a vegetable peeler and cut zucchini, yellow squash, or carrots into long, pretty ribbons. You just hold it flat on the counter and start peeling away top to bottom. Now you can do a couple of different things with these ribbons. You can dress them as a salad just with lemon juice and herbs like I have chives and parsley, or you can quick saute them and use them as a pasta like wide pappardelle and toss them with your favorite pesto or red sauce. Delicious, nutritious, and colorful.